you tell a little bit about the practical part of your thesis, the interviews?
Yes. I went to a Scandinavian country and Germany. There are two very good top 5 Chinese companies. They have subsidiary in those two European countries. So I went to the field. I have no expectation, and I don't have any kind of thing in my mind what I'm going to study. So I asked those local employees with very open-ended question like, how was your experience working so far in Chinese company, and what kind of challenge have you met? Are you enjoying working there? So very open-minded questions. And the answer for me was shocking, because I felt myself it's seeing the world totally from I start to see how the Chinese operating the management system from the European eyes, but not from my own experience, from my eyes. And the most probably, mostly they start to complain about the Chinese way of management and leadership. And the reason of that is from cultural differences. They start to first complain, and they start to attribute this reason because of the Chinese way of doing this and European way of doing this. So I was like, very shocking for me, because from a Chinese point of view, there are very good companies operating in China, and why they don't be operating successfully in Europe? Is it really so? How about how Asian employees see about this? So I'm very curious, and with the same questionnaire, I went to India, and I asked the same question to Indian employees. And it's quite surprising. The Indian employees have no difficulty to adapt to the Chinese way of doing things, and they understand it very well.
Okay. So that was this concrete part of the thesis, but can you then give a little short summary of the theoretical part?
The theoretical part is, so the problem originates from the cultural difference, and then it comes from, by Hofstadter, the theory, power distance and uncertainty avoidance. Power distance means that when there are many hierarchical in Asian countries, while they're equally flat in European countries. And uncertainty part means that from the Chinese culture itself is uncertainty. It explains why you never get a clear answer, and you don't have some kind of a framework to do it. While in Europe, it needs everything clearly. Everything must be stated clearly and planned. But it comes from Chinese culture itself, and our power distance also comes from 5,000 years old, our culture and history part.
Okay, and any other key findings?
Key finding is that when we deal with this kind of cultural clashes, we have to realize which part is easy to change and which part is not able to change. Like the power distance is deeply rooted in our culture like 5,000 years ago, so it's very difficult to change. However, the HR part, like instance, reward, punishment, salary system, is more easy to change because it is implemented from the leader itself.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.